When you think of ancient Egypt, you probably picture a vast, unified kingdom of pharaohs, pyramids, and powerful gods. But what if I told you that this legendary civilization actually started as two completely separate worlds? That's right, before the golden age of pharaohs, there wasn't one Egypt, but two, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. And their story is one of rivalry, conflict, and ultimately, a world-changing unification. Let's rewind the clock over 5,000 years. Geographically, ancient Egypt was defined by the Nile River. But here's a twist that trips many people up. Upper Egypt was in the south, and Lower Egypt was in the north. This sounds backward, but it's because the Nile flows from south to north. So, Upper Egypt was upstream, where the river carved through narrow, fertile valleys surrounded by cliffs and desert. Lower Egypt, on the other hand, was downstream in the north, where the Nile fanned out into the vast, marshy, and incredibly fertile Nile Delta before emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. These two lands were as different as night and day, and they developed distinct cultures. Each had its own rulers, its own capital city, and even its own protective deities. They had unique symbols of power too. The ruler of Upper Egypt wore the hedjet, a tall, white, conical crown. Meanwhile, the ruler of Lower Egypt wore the deshret, a flat, red crown with a distinctive curl. Think of them as two neighboring countries, each with its own flag, government, and identity. Upper Egypt, with its more constrained geography, was perhaps more rugged and militaristic. Its people worshipped gods like Nekhbet, the vulture goddess. Lower Egypt, with its abundance of resources from the delta, was a hub of trade and agriculture, protected by the cobra goddess Wadjet. For centuries, these two lands existed in a state of tension. They were neighbors, sometimes trading, but often competing. Why? Because control of the Nile River was everything. It was the source of life, the highway for trade, and the ultimate key to power. Whoever controlled the full length of the Nile would control all of Egypt. This rivalry couldn't last forever. The drive for more resources, more land, and more power inevitably led to conflict. Historical records from this early period are hazy, but evidence points to a series of struggles and battles as rulers from both sides vied for dominance. The legendary King Nama, often identified with Menes, is famously credited with the final, decisive victory. An incredible artifact, the Nama palette, depicts him wearing the white crown of Upper Egypt while striking down an enemy from the north. On the other side of the palette, he is shown wearing the red crown of Lower Egypt, inspecting rows of defeated foes. This was the moment everything changed. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, around 3100 BC, wasn't just a military conquest, it was the birth of a nation. To symbolize this new reality, the pharaohs created a new crown, the pshent, or the double crown. It brilliantly combined the white crown of the south and the red crown of the north into one powerful emblem. This wasn't just a fashion statement, it was a profound political message. It declared that one ruler now governed both lands, uniting the people, the resources, and even the gods under a single, centralized authority. This unification unleashed a wave of creative and organizational energy that was unprecedented. With political stability and the combined wealth of the entire Nile Valley, Egypt's rulers could now dream bigger than ever before. They could command massive labor forces to build monumental tombs like the pyramids. They could organize standing armies to defend their borders and expand their influence. A unified state religion developed, integrating the gods of both lands into a single, complex pantheon. In essence, Egypt became one of the world's first true nation-states. So, the next time you see the iconic image of a pharaoh wearing that unique double crown, remember the incredible story it tells. It's a story of two distinct worlds colliding, of rivalry on the banks of the Nile, and of a historic union that forged one of the most enduring and fascinating civilizations in human history. From two lands, a legendary kingdom was born. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back in time interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you in the next video.